Well, good morning, everybody. Today is January the 12th. Gosh, it gets so hard to even say January, much less 2023. So good to see everybody on the line here. Wow, we got a good crowd today. Looks like we've got 8 or 10 people, and Gilbert and Michelle, RC, a couple of people with unknown names, and Daryl. But it's great to see everybody. Happy New Year's if I haven't told you, and hope you had a Merry Christmas. The weather is getting good. I've overseeded my yard, and now it's growing a little bit, and so it won't be long till it'll be hot. So we'll see. So all of our thoughts and prayers go out to those in California now, and all the rains and things that are going on out there, and the flooding. They're not used to seeing that much rain, so it's kind of unseasonable. But welcome to today, and thank you for joining on, spending a little time with me. I know sometimes you get tired of me bothering you or bugging you, or hey, we're having this or that, or do your two policies, and I'm sorry for that. So I'm sorry that you have to go through that, but I do know sometimes we just need to feel like we're a part of a group, a part of a team, a part of a drive, a part of one reason. And in 2023, um, as I guess I'm getting older a little bit, and there's Terry. Good morning. And I'm getting older, a little softer, or a little longer in the tooth, or whatever it may be. But I just believe that 2023, yeah, we've come out of the COVID. We made it. Everybody's still here, even though everybody probably maybe experienced a loss or two, which is heartening. But the good Lord has His plans, and He'll take us when He's ready, and we don't know that date. So that's His plan, not ours. So we have to be, though, prepared on our end on things we can do, despite what He wants us to do, and by policies. So you know. I would be curious to know how the man upstairs feels about final expense, but I'll tell you what. And I say this again, I had a gentleman I talked to a couple of weeks ago. He said, your family's going to remember you for what you've done for them and what you did for them and how you were to them, but they will also remember the last thing you did or didn't do for them also. And sometimes, even though there's love and missing someone, there still is that come on in my office type talk, and kids, y'all come on in here, and hey, how are we going to pay for this? And I did a little deal. I downloaded a little deal the other day. I don't know if it's here. Yeah. So this was something new that came up. Let me see here. Can y'all see my screen? Somebody say yes or thumbs up. I'm going to go ahead and share it again. Can you
Yes,
see my screen now?
yes,
All right, perfect. And some of this may be redundant to y'all, but this was a picture that came out on the web, and this was just last year. So these are recent costs. So if you're not sharing this with your people through social media, through text, or through whatever it may be, these are true costs. Depending on some details here and there, but you've got your funeral cost, as we always talk about, are up in the $8,000 range. You got your cemetery cost now up in the $2,600 range, we're talking about 10,006. And then your others, and of course, your others being the hospital and medical bills, insurance, attorney fees, court costs, taxes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Debt can go into that and play a role. So these are things. So we're talking about 20,000. So in 2023, the cost of gas goes up. Everything goes up. So should our recommendation for final expense. So should our recommendation for people's needs to cover those needs. And we need to be showing this because this is true. Some people forget that it's 2023. They think it's 1923 still. And there should be, funerals cost $100, if anything. But these are true costs. I want to share that bit of information with you today. Then I want to share these. And if you're not a part of my Facebook, maybe jump on Facebook, because this is where I share some things on Facebook. It's kind of my live portal. And then you're able to take that and share it to your Facebook. because we got to be what? We got to be known out there. We've got to be a face within our people. We've got to be branded. We've got to be that person that they want to come to when in a time of need, that they say, hey, Ruby is our family protector. Gilbert is, Jushelle, RC, Daryl, Mingo, whoever. These are the people that are going to be our protectors. And these are the ones that we're going to hug the neck at the funeral and say, thank you for what you did for our parents. Thank you for what you did for our family. Okay, so I think it's super important that we go in. I'm going to keep checking chats here. Can you share this picture? Yes, Daryl, I can share that picture of you. Just let me know after this. I'll share it with you, and I'll share it with anybody else, and just send me a text or whatever, and I'll share it to my Facebook. So, a couple of things I want to talk about today that are kind of near and dear. I want to talk about what are we doing for leads, in 2023, and that's the number one question ever. What do I do for leads? Who do I go see? And last week I talked about, and I would challenge you to go back to last week and go into my YouTube channel here. And if you did not get to see this, I feel like this is one of my stronger YouTubes I've ever done and stronger presentations I've ever done. This is the Building Your Business 5 People at a Time. You talk about the power of 5. So, I think this has already, achieved 76 views in a week. And I think it's going to go higher just because I feel like that the information is good. And that video and that training from last week, again, you can go to my finalexpenselife.us, jump down in here into the weekly recorded trainings, and that will take you to my YouTube channel. And that will take me to the YouTube channel where you can find any of my videos from a year and a half ago till now. Okay, so they're all recorded there. If you find a topic you want to watch, jump in there and watch that. So because information is education is money, and it's all of your own business. But anyways, that was a video and a training. Let me collect my thoughts here on touching 5 people per day. And finding 5 people per day, whether it be someone, your relatives, whether it be a cousin, whether it be a past acquaintance. And if you don't have anybody, go find somebody. Get your business cards, get your shirt on, and go find 5 people a day. Take those 5 people, take them over here to what we call a sales pipeline. Okay. And when you jump those people into what we call a sales pipeline, then it will grow. So not about selling them today. It's not about providing a policy today. It's about asking them, hey, when are you going to be ready? When can I talk to you? When can I come back and visit? If today's not the day, when will it be the day? Will you give me a shot in the future? Will you give me a chance in the future? I always say this, one of the most successful farmers agents, because I was a business consultant for farmers. I owned a farmers agency. And so there was a guy about my age who's one of the most successful. As I was his business consultant through farmers, and I said, tell me, what's your secret? Why are you growing like you're growing? And this kid, I say kid, he's my age, but at that time it was 10 years ago. This guy, he failed his property and casualty test 6 times. He's just a good old boy that wasn't that smart, but people loved him. And then he failed his life insurance test twice. So he nearly quit the business. And now he's one of the most successful agents out there. But you know what he told me? He said, you know what? He goes, Keelan, everybody I meet and I see, I never waste that opportunity. And I said, well, how do you do it? What do you mean? He goes, I always tell people, you're going to want what I've got. You're going to want to be insured by me. Even though my premium may be higher, our coverage may be higher, you're going to eventually want that. Okay. And I'm okay with you being, you're with Progressive now or State Farm or Farm Bureau or Allstate or whatever it may be. And that's okay. You've got a good policy now. You're in good shape. You're a good policy now. You got a good rate, but you're going to need me one day. Promise me one thing, that you'll always make me your second most favorite agent. All I want to do is I want to be the second most favorite or the third. Okay. Just remember me though. And the second or third, because I am going to follow up with you next year or in 6 months, and I'm going to ask you how you're doing. He said, I would take that client and I would write down 6 months from now, go talk to Bill Jones. He drives a white Dodge truck. He lives over here in Harker Heights, Texas. Call him up and see how he's doing. And he started building his pipeline full of no's. And that's not on the teleprompter down here. It says not no's, not this thing, and not who knows, the N-O's. He started building them with the N-O's. And eventually 6 months rolled around, eventually a year rolled around, 18 months, 24 months. And he did that continuously. He built his pipeline to where he was calling those people back and going, Mr. Jones, remember, this is Jason. We didn't do business last year. How are you doing this year? Anything changed? Anything happened? And 9 times out of 10, it did change. They've had a life event. They got upset with their agent. The premiums went up or whatever it was. But he was there to catch that low-hanging fruit. So the power of 5, he said, I built it with 5. He goes, and I want to be their second most favorite agent. He goes, and not a lot of times, half the time, they're like, no, you're persistent. Show me what you got. Show me what you're made of. But he said, and I did the same thing in the energy business, and I'm doing it now in some of these leads that I get. Before you know it, 2 or 3 months come along, and you've got 30 people that have already told you no once, and that means that you've got to get to your second time. I showed this last week also, and this is huge. I want y'all to just let this soak in. 48% of salespeople never follow up. 25, I think Daryl read this, 25% never make a second contact. 12% of people only make 3 contacts and stop. Only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. That's big, but watch this. Only 2% of sales are made on the first contact, 3 on the second, 5% on the third, 10% of the fourth, and 80% of sales are made on the 5th to the 12th contact. 5th to 12th contact, okay? How many times did it take you to go on a date before somebody liked you? You know, how many handshakes? How many, beers did you have to have with someone to like them? How many times do you have to go to church to really get to where you liked them? But if we quit too early, we're done. You got to get to that more than 3 contacts, more than 5 to give yourself an opportunity. So that was last week's, building that pipeline and building that opportunity, building your chances to close and to serve those people. Let's get good at that in 2023. I think every one of us and every one of y'all, can at least try in 2023 to go that extra mile, to put them in a pipeline, to call them back, to put them in there every 6 months or 12 months. I'm going to call you back and make sure that you're protected, because it's a timing deal. We're in a timing thing to where if today's not the time, tomorrow might be. And this business is all about timing. When are they ready? When do they have the money? When do they feel like they need it? Even though they're not getting any healthier or the premium's not getting any lower, but when do they need it? All right. So that was last week. So I challenge you to go back and look at it, because I think you're going to pick up a couple of tidbits in there. I said today we're going to work on working leads, and that is important. We are continuously trying to sharpen our lead opportunity for you. Here's where we're at right now. You may know this or may not, but you have your agent portal. Go ahead and type yes or say yes, or make sure everybody can see. Giselle, can you see my screen still? Give me a thumbs up. All right, perfect. So this is your agent portal. Most of y'all are on here or should be on here or can be on here or need to be on here. But this is the agent portal. What we have built, if you haven't been in here, is this lead hub and lead store. So you're going to be able to go over here on your little person. You're going to go to lead store. So lead store has 2 things in here. It has purchase instant leads, and it has start a campaign or start a campaign. Okay. So let's go to our purchase instant leads. This is our lead store. So there are 4,281 leads available to purchase right now. And remember, you can use your lead credit to pay for half the cost of them. Okay, so you use your lead credit to pay for half of the cost of the leads. If you write business and you've got $300 worth of lead credit, then you can go in here and spend $300 worth of lead credit on your leads, okay? And we will pay for half the cost of them, and we will pay for half the cost. But let's just dial it down over here, and let's go over here to the left. You see your dial downs over here? Let's just go by state. So let's say you're in Texas, obviously, in Texas. So I can go to Texas. There are 71 instant mailer 3s. I'm not going to go through each of the detail of them, but you can read it. These are leads that were sent out from a company called RGI, and here are the towns that they're in. So we've got some in El Paso, mostly in El Paso and Baytown. So if you want to work those leads, those are old leads, but they're only $1 a piece. Okay, so if you're in those towns, you can get 9 leads for $9, and they're age leads, but they never get old. You can still call these people back, go by and see them if you're in El Paso, and work with these people and say, hey, I know you didn't buy, you may or may not have purchased, but I'm here to help you out. How are you doing? It's $1 a piece, and with your lead credit, you can get it for 50 cents. For 50 cents, okay? So look at that. Over here in let me get back over here and clear my filters here. In state, we're going to go to Texas, see if somebody might have gobbled these up. Okay. So, yes, we've got most of them instant mailer 3. Now, what I will say is that if we have agents that start to buy these and they start to use them, we are going to backfill all of our areas with old leads and used leads so that you can get leads at a low price. So we're starting to do that in Texas. If you have any other states that you want to buy some leads in, maybe you're out in California. In California, I think it changes quite a bit. In California, yeah, look at all those 748 leads out there, 148 leads there, 136. So a lot of leads there that are in these areas. So that's what we call the lead store. And that's what we're trying to do for you, is to build these leads into there so you can go out and grab them. Now, the second part about it is to start your own campaign. So again, Facebook leads, if you want to buy Facebook leads, these are leads that are generated on Facebook due to search criteria like ages, demographics, and everything. So these are Facebook leads. I'm going to turn my video off real quick so that I can get better bandwidth on here. Facebook leads, $20 a piece, but with lead credit, you get them for $10. Okay. So you can go in here and click on here, start your campaign, find your state that you want to work in. And then right here, let's say you go to Texas. Okay. And then you're going to go in here and add your county. You've got all your counties in here, wherever county you want to work, let's say Bell County. And then you can do a mile radius, like 50 miles from Bell County, or you can add zip codes, or now you're going to be able to add English and Spanish Facebook leads. Okay. So your minimum order is 10. So that's $20 a piece. That's $200. Your price, once lead credit will happen, will only cost you $100 for 10 leads. And then you're off to the races. Okay. So you can start your own Facebook lead program. SEO, that's search engine optimization. That is a Google ad leads. Those are things that's when you're online and you're searching through Google or and you click on final expense, or you click on life insurance. There's ads that pop up. These people are clicking on those ads, filling out their information as far as burial insurance goes, and you get the lead. And these are very cost effective. These are only $11 a piece if you look down here. But with lead credit, you could get those for $5.50 a piece. So you could order 40 leads on these Google ad leads that people are clicking on and going in and filling out, and you can get those, and they will come into your lead hub, and you will only have to pay $5.50 a piece for them. So you can start these leads in your area. Okay, those are SEO leads. The other ones right here, we do have 2 other options for you right now. Okay. And right here we have mailers. I'm just going to tell you though right now, these are mailers and drop areas right here. You can drop 1,000 pieces in your area. Okay, you can drop 1,000 pieces in your area, and you get what comes back to you. A lot of times we're only getting about a 0.6, 0.8, 1% return, which means you're only going to get 8 or 10. So if you want to do that, that's fine. You're just going to have to pay, a quantity. Let's go price per lead. Let me look here real quick. I'm going to fill out Texas. I don't think they're doing price per lead in Texas. I think they're just doing drops. So let me look here. I'm going to do a county. I'm going to do county, and then let's just do a couple of counties here. And then I'm going to do age start. Let's just go 50 to 70, and an income range in here. Let's see what we've got. Not all. They go right in here. Deal. They may have changed this. Include apartments. Okay. And so I'm going to go in here and add to cart. Minimum is 1,000. Let's see why it's not letting me do that. I might need more counties in here. View lead selection. Hit this button right here. See how many leads are available in these counties with this demographics. And I've got 351 leads. Not enough leads available. I got to get to 1,000. Okay. So I've got to enter different counties in here, but go in here and play with it. You can go into multiple counties and enter multiple counties here and see how many leads are available until you get to that 1,000. Let's see if that's going to get us there. 1,000. And then once you get to 1,000, then it'll be $520 for 1,000 dropped. Okay. Opportunity, because there we go. So see, I've got Anderson County, the city right here. There's quite a few in Palestine, Texas. So if I were to go 694 here, if I were to go 842 here, then add to order, it's going to go right here. So that would cost me 52 cents per mailer that I dropped. That would cost $798. Now you can use lead credit on that, but I'm just telling you, you're probably going to get about a 0.8 or 0.6% return. So you'll probably get back maybe 12 or 13 leads for that $798, which makes the cost of them pretty high. When you have lead credit, it gets it down to $350, which is for 13 leads, gets it down lower, but it does get high. And the reason is right now, lots of times in Texas, we're having a hard time with mailer returns. We're having a hard time with mailer returns. And that's just the truth. RGI, Lead Concepts, the same way. Digital offshore, you can do live transfers, but I'm telling you, you need to be appointed in about 6 to 8 states in order to do this. Okay, so you do states right here. You click on your states that you're in, and you need to be in 6 or 8 or so. And then you can go forward. Those are live transfers. They're coming to you. You can get 10 of them if you wanted, and it's $320. But I've got to be on my phone. I've got to be ready. They're going to be calling in, and I've got a live transfer from the people, and I've got to be able to close them. Now, the thing that we do have is a 2-minute buffer, which does mean that within 2 minutes, if you don't like what they say or y'all conversation didn't go in the right way, you can hang up and you don't have to pay for it. Okay. But again, you need to be licensed in multiple states in order to get the call volume up enough to where you can actually do that. Okay. If you're interested in the digital transfers, let me know and get with me, call me, and we'll talk about it. So basically what where we're at right now is Google leads and Facebook leads. These are our quickest, our least expensive way to get leads. You don't have to buy leads from us. You've got multiple sources to write business. Hey, that's wonderful. I'm just showing you what we have. I put a little, let me see if everybody can see me. Can you still see me? Everybody hold a thumb up if you can see me and hear me. If we're good still. All right, I like it. All right, cool. Thank you, Giselle. I put a little thing together to give you just a taste, because what I find, if I don't write things down or if I don't have a plan, then it never gets completed. And I always like writing things down, making sure that I can see it, touch it, taste it, and making sure that even if it doesn't work, I can still modify it. Okay. But this is what I put together just on working digital leads. So if you were to go in here again and order these SEO leads, search engine optimization, this is how I would put a plan together to work it. And this is a little script. Now, the script doesn't have to be your script. You can modify it, okay? But this would be scripts that I would use working digital leads. So my door knocking script would go a little bit like this. So I would go in here and I would take a digital lead. I'm going to go in here and find one here. So let me go over here and go to digital leads right here. So this is what one looks like. Okay, so Roy Garcia has a digital lead. This comes into your portal, and it comes into your agent portal, and it comes into your lead hub. So your lead hub is right up here. And so you've got a lead hub dashboard, and you've got a My Leads, and that's where it comes into. And this is what the digital leads look like. They've got the date it was assigned to you, the phone number, the location, the date of birth, a email address, and a phone number. And you can view it as a PDF, so you can open this up as a PDF, take that printout with you, just like this, take it to the house and go, hey, is this you? This is the information that I printed off. It looks like you put in here your 175, 5'5". This is your email address. But look how much information you have on here. This is why I do like digital leads, because you have their address. You can go see them. You've got a date of birth, supposedly, hopefully that's right. You've got a phone number. You've got an email address, okay? And you've got it right in your hands. So this presents the opportunity right here to either call them, text them multiple times, maybe 3 times or so, email them, put your email script together. Hey, this is Keelan. I'm trying to get a hold of you with regards to the benefits or whatever you decide your script needs to be. And then also go see them. Okay. Go see them. Why is this important here? Why is this important here? Remember this. 5th to 12th contact. And contact can be anything. It can be a phone call. It can be a text. It can be a door knock. It can be an email. 80% are made on the 5th to 12th. How are we going to get to 5th or 12th? How do we get to the 5th or 12th contact with Roy Garcia? Most agents call this guy 2 times and go, yeah, he's not answering. I'm going to go to the next one. I'm not answering. And Roy would love to do business with you. He just doesn't answer unknown numbers. Text him. Roy might like texting better. I don't like texting. Roy may be on his computer a lot. Maybe Roy likes an email. Let's email him a couple times. Roy may be the guy that says, I am not doing anything social media. I was born in 53. I'm 70 something years old, and I just not going to do anything. But if that person would come to my door, I'd come talk to him. How are we going to get to that 5th to 12th opportunity? Okay. So door knocking script. Hey, Roy, my name is Keelan. I know you weren't expecting me, but I'm getting back with you about your request from the internet for the state-approved final expense burial and cremation plans. You were online, and I got this information here, and I'm the local representative, and we're the company approved by the state. Okay, we are approved by the state. So when it says state approved, we are the company that's approved by the state. I was just over here in your neighborhood working with a couple people. So I figured I'd drop off the information and answer any questions you may have. Where's a good place for us to sit down? So you're carrying this piece of paper, this digital lead in your hand. You're carrying a presentation piece. You've got your lanyard on, you've got your shirt on, and you're just like, hey, I was just over here. This is your information, right, too. Y'all, you filled it out too. Hey, while I'm over here, I just want to get this to you. Where can we sit down? It's that simple. And you bought the lead for $5.50. And if you get in that house, listen, a lead is nothing more than a person to talk to and you know some information about. That's what a lead is. The intent can be whatever. But once you're out there in that phase of Roy, he's going to be hard pressed to go, no, I don't want anything. Just leave me alone. And then because your materials are free, you can go in. Obviously, y'all may know or may not know, but when you order your supplies, you know, and I'm not telling you to break the company of their, you know, of all their inventory, but you can go in and under order your supplies, you can go in and your brochures here, they've got plenty of brochures. Whether you got an English or Spanish, you order you some of these, order 30 or 40 of them and give that person that presentation piece. Give that person that your presentation piece. So yeah, Daryl, the cost per lead on the digital is $11 without lead credit and $5.50 for lead credit. $5.50 with lead credit. So you're dropping off, no matter what he says, no matter what Roy says, you're dropping off a presentation piece, you're dropping off your business card, and you're dropping off a piece of paper that has Roy's dadgum information on it right here. And you know, if you can't get in the door, you at least do this. Remember, my first conversation I had with you today is that, Roy, if I can't come in today, okay, when can I come in? If I can't come in today, when can I come back? There's a very few people, if you do that exactly like that, are going to tell you, don't ever come to my door again. Don't ever come to my neighborhood again. Then you can just then you just snatch all your stuff out of his hand and go, okay, I won't. And you get your presentation back. Give me my business card. And you get it back. I want to save it for the next person. But very rarely are people going to do that. You've already got them by the tail. You've got their information. You can nearly open up a credit card right here with all this information on Roy. Okay, so he's not going to turn you down. I get it. Some of you are not door knockers. Some of you aren't going to get out there in the field and go door knocking. That's totally okay. It's not for everybody. All right. What about voicemail? What about when I'm calling him? Do I leave a voicemail? I always leave a voicemail. And the reason I leave a voicemail is I'll get to that in a minute. But here is my voicemail script if they don't answer the phone. Hi, Roy. This is Keelan. I'm getting back with you about the request for your new information. I'm the local field representative in the area. Please give me a quick call back to set up a time for delivery. I'm going to deliver this. I'm getting this stuff to you. I don't care if I have to work 12 days. I'm going to get this to you because I bought this dadgum lead for $5.50 or $11, and I'm getting this over to you one way or another. One way or another. I don't know why that popped up in my mind, but that was an old song. Please give me a quick call. Thanks, Bill, or thanks, Roy. Again, it's Keelan Johnson. My number is this. That number again is this, and leave that. That way, what you alleviate that is the next time you call, he's going to be like, oh yeah, I recognize that number. That's that Keelan guy, you know, and he's either going to answer or not. Okay, if he doesn't answer, I'm going to leave another voicemail script. That's me again. I'm calling back. I'm coming to your house. I'm going to wake you up off your nap and to get this stuff because the company told me I had to deliver this to you. The company requests and demands me that I got to deliver this to you. And I'm going to get it over to him one way or the other. And then guess why I love that? And I'm going to turn this on right here. And then when you do that, the voicemail script, you tell him, I'm going to leave you my business card. Haystack right here is a app for your phone or your computer where you can create a digital business card. So I suggest you get a business card and take a picture of it with your phone, or you use a digital business card. And that way, when you end that phone call with him, you say, I'm going to send you a copy of this lead. So you take this right here on your computer. Okay. You take it on your computer. I'm going to unmute myself right here. Where you see me. Can you see me now? Okay. I'm sharing screen, hopefully still. I'm going to take this digital lead right here and I'm going to take a picture of it. Cheek, 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 cheek. Okay. And then I'm going to take my virtual business card. Okay, I'm going to take my virtual business card and I'm going to text him both of those things. I'm going to text him both of those things. I'm going to text him a text that goes, hey, I'm going to be in your area in the next couple of days. Here's my business card and here's the information that I have on you. If Roy won't answer the phone, and he's just blocking me, and Roy won't respond to a text. Most people have voicemail, most people can text, and I know lots of times we deal in some areas that don't, and that's okay, whatever it may be. But when I go to that door and I go up here and I knock on Roy's door with like this, okay, that's not me though. It kind of looks like me, but not really. But I go knock on that door and he comes to the door, he's going to be like, oh, there's that guy. He's either going to go in the back room and hide and lock himself in the back. And, you see people looking out their windows or pulling their blinds to the side. I see you. I see you. I got you. Come on, open the door. I'm not going to kill you. So, but when he looks out and I'm sitting there and I've got my lanyard on, I've got my SNL shirt and I'm backed up and I'm away from the door. I got my sunshades off. Like, I'm not going to hurt him. He'll go, oh man, that guy's here. He was persistent enough to come out here and see me. And when I go to that door and Roy opens it, I'm like, hey, I tried to text you a couple times. I tried to call you a couple times. I tried to give you a warning that I was going to be out here, and now I'm here. Okay. But at least you took those 2 times to give them the opportunity to respond. And you're not just going out there cold door knocking, going bang, like boo, and, which is sometimes okay. Sometimes there's different philosophies. Some people like that unannounced door knock and they think that works for them. Okay. I'd like to give it a couple of chances before I do that on him, at least knowing, or her knowing who I am. So that's why I think it's important when you use your Haystack app for your virtual business card and a copy of the lead, and you're branded when you go out there, you have a better opportunity. If he doesn't answer on voicemail, leave him a text. Hey, Roy, it's Keelan Johnson, or whatever, just Keelan. I'm getting back with you about your request for new information. I'm a local field representative. I'll be in your area on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Should I drop it off in the morning or afternoon? And it really doesn't matter whether you're going to be out there or not. Just pick a day and say, I'll be in your area. Should I drop it off in the morning or afternoon? If he were to look at that and go, he's either going to text back and go, stop doing this, or I'm not interested, or whatever. And that's okay. It saved you a trip. It saved you gasoline, $13 a gallon. But if he says morning or afternoon, you just set yourself an appointment just by doing a little bit of nothing. Okay. And he gave you an opportunity to do what? To determine what is the timing. When is the timing? Okay. I'm going to be in your area. When's the timing? Email. You have their email address on most of these things. That's what's beautiful about some of these digital leads. You have an email address. It's probably rare that you're going to get a response on it. But hey, some of the people, the generations, are now using email more than ever. Okay, give it a shot. Give it a try. It takes you 3 minutes and no money and no gasoline. One drink of coffee. And hey, Roy, this is Keelan Johnson. I'm getting back to you with your request. So you see how all my stuff is I'm getting back to you. It doesn't matter where you're at. I'm getting back to you. I'm getting back to you. When you get that football over to them and go, you're the one that requested this, not me. This isn't a cold lead. You did something to initiate this, and I'm getting back with you. Okay. And I bought the lead, dadgummit. I'm going to get back with you. I'm the local field rep. I'll be in your area on Tuesday. Should I drop this off in the morning or afternoon? So nothing really changes. It's not like you have to learn 3 or 4 more scripts. It's all pretty much like I'm getting back with you. I'm in your area. We are approved by the state, and I'm going to drop this information off to you. I want to deliver it to you. We're an approved company. Okay. I'm getting back with you. I'm getting back with you. I'm getting back with you for the information you requested. For the information, I'm a local rep dropping it off. Haystack, this app right here, you need to grab this if you don't already have it. Haystack is an app that goes on your phone where you can set up 10 different addresses to go see one day, one beautiful afternoon. You want to get out of the house, go set it up. It will optimize your route to take you those 10 addresses, and it will give you a chance each time you're at one of those addresses to enter information. Did you sell them? Did you see them? Did you talk to them? What was the outcome? And then you can move to your next app. Okay. There's a couple of upgrades in there if you want to pay for them, to do some different things. If you have another app, that's fine. I'm just giving you an example of an app. Route for me. Of course, then you have your business cards, however that may be, either permanent with a picture. You have a copy of the lead here. And this right here, I don't know if you can see this very well, but, oh man, get out of there. But what I've also done on these leads is, if you're good with the computer, when you print this lead off, you can also add down here in the bottom with a text box, because when you have a digital lead right here, you can add text to it. So you see this right here, you can add text. Let me see if I can do this right here. This is a PDF. So I'm going to add text right here. I'm going to go down here and add text in this box. So you can add text, blah, 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 blah. And what that says is that this, I don't know if you can see that. Dear Jane, you had requested information for final expense plans. I'm a local benefit coordinator trying to reach you. Please let me know when it's a good time to come back. Make sure you're protected. Keelan Johnson, I sign that. So I take my lead and I print them all off, the 10 of them, and then I put this, I just copy paste this simple little statement at the bottom that says, hey, Roy, I'm the local field rep. I'm a local guy here trying to get a hold of you. And I sign it. You know why? Because here's the deal. If they're not home, I leave that stuck in their door. I leave that stuck in their door with my signature on it, with my business card on it. When they get home, they see that letter, their information, date of birth, and my stuff at the bottom. I'm trying to get a hold of you. I'm trying to drop off some information, and it's stuck in their door, and they grab it physically and have to take it in and go, God, dog, there's that Keelan Johnson guy again. He's trying to get a hold of me, trying to get this information over to me. It must be important. When you get home that next day, you can call Roy back and go, Roy, did you get my paper? I was out in your area. You weren't there. You weren't there, but I left this. Did you get the stuff that was in your door? Yeah, I got it. What's this about? Well, I'd like to come out and visit with you. It's about protecting your family. And you had wanted it, so I'm trying to get it to you. Okay. So that's another opportunity for you to touch point people. Remember, we got to get to 5 to 12. And how are we going to get to 5 to 12? Leave him a lead, knock his door, send him an email, text him 2 or 3 times, voicemail him 2 or 3 times, door knock him, and try to find him. And if you go through all those 5 steps, 6 steps, or 7 steps, and still can't get to Roy Garcia, here's what it's all about. At least you used your time well, you used your money well. You spent $550 for 7 chances to get a hold of Roy Garcia. He's not dead yet. You still have him in a database. You still got an old lead, and you can still go back here to Roy Garcia and put notes in here and go, see my notes, 1/12 called, 1/14 texted, 1/16 went to house. All you got to do, all you got to do right here is hit that post right here, and it sends it over here to the right, and it gives you all the details of what you did, and it keeps your notes over here. And then if you don't work it, if you don't sell him, then you can go to sold or not sold all the way over here. But at least you have your step and your systematic process to get these in your system, to give your chance of working them right here. Whatever you want to do, however you want to work the lead, work it to the end, okay? And it's just like I talk about down here in this section. Beat the lead. That's what that's all about. Beat it up. Call them. Leave a voicemail. Leave a voicemail text. Did you get my call? Work it. I'll be in your area. Go visit it. Okay. Beat it from every direction. And at the end of the day, when you fall asleep at night, you close your eyes, you can know that you gave it HELL. You know what I mean? You gave it all you got to try to beat this lead up. And, at the end of the day, it just wasn't meant to be. But it's still not dead. You can still go through here, and one day when you've got all these in here and you've got completed or not sold, you can go to your not sold category over here and anything you want. And you've got not sold leads in here, and there's nothing wrong. You can go back to one that wasn't sold right here. Linda, I quoted her, and she's too high back in September. You don't think that I'm going to call Linda back this year and go, hey, Linda, how you doing? Anything changed? I know, remember me? It was too high, quote was too high. Price is still going to be high probably, but as things changed in your life, maybe we can do a lower face amount. Maybe we can do it. It gives you people to talk to. Fill your pipeline. Fill your pipeline. Fill your pipeline. Without a full pipeline or without a pipeline, you have zero. You have nothing to work with. But we at least have to have a pipeline. So these are thoughts for you today, thoughts for you to carry on, for you to determine and you to build your own business, because you're an entrepreneur and it is your business. There may be some things you don't want to do in there, and that's okay. Not everybody's like Keelan Johnson, and thank goodness there's not a bunch of Keelan Johnsons everywhere. The world would be a terrible place. No, but you're your own person. You've got your own demographics. You've got your own location. You've got your own town, your community, the way you speak, the way you walk, the way you talk. And that's beautifulness of it. That's the beauty of it. It is. But I challenge you in 2023, maybe some of y'all have seen it, maybe you haven't, but I started developing just on my own little sales, my own pipeline, which is kind of hard to understand for some people, but it's my pipeline. And this is the people that I've sold, the people I didn't sell, the people I'm working on right here. And I have a last contact date and a sold an appointment. And this works for me because it jogs my memory. Oh yeah, I need to call Suzette back. The last time I talked to her was a couple of months ago, and how time flies. Good grief. Seems like yesterday. I just say, hey, Suzette, are you still, let's talk to you back in October on the 15th. And you are 10,000. Her husband was overweight by a little bit. He was 380. And so on the limited plan, so I may call her back and go, hey, how are y'all doing? How's your husband? Last time we talked, he was trying to lose a little weight. Maybe he's back down a little bit to where he can get into the simple security plan. But I'm still going to call her back. Without this, it just goes into poof in the land. And we get into 2023, we don't know who we talked to in 2022, and we have no opportunity. And before I know it, by the end of next month or so, I'm going to try to be to 40 people here. And don't think I'm not going to come back over here and not talk to these people again at some point in time. I've got some notations on them that jogs my memory. And when I come back in there and I call Jane, I go, hey, how's King doing? She's like, oh, you remember my husband's name? Yeah. So that gives you a better chance. Remember, you always want to be their second most favorite agent. They're the second most wanted person that's there. Okay. So I just want to share a little bit of that with y'all this morning. Don't forget to, if you have or know people that are interested in coming in and writing business, possibly, we have a great deal going on right now. It is, let me see this, not letting me zoom in. There we go. If you bring in an agent, you get $300 worth of lead credit to your name. So that's $300 to spend on leads. And then you get a $50 cash bonus when they write a policy. So, Brent, if you know any agents that are licensed, say, hey, you want to protect some families and come in and I'll work with you and we'll work together and write some policies and make you some money and protect some families. Now's a good time through February the 17th to get some referral bonuses and some cash there. So don't forget about that. So anyways, we've got contests going on right now for Against Yourself on the App Count contest. So take a look at that too. But mainly, let's go protect some families. Let's take a look at 5. Let's try to protect 5 people, a day, not protect them, talk to them. And then let's work on protecting at least 2 or 3 a month. That gets the blood flowing. It gets money in your pocket. You protect a family and you're doing the right thing. So anyways, thank y'all for joining on today on Thursday. I really appreciate you. I'll see you next week. Have a great week and a weekend. 5 a day, write it down, pipeline it. Okay. Promise me you'll do that. Promise me you'll put it in there. And by next week, I want to hear some success stories about 25 or 35 people that you talked to and which ones did you protect. Okay. Because I like that. So let's do that. Work on that. If you need anything, I'm here for you all the time. You know that. So as I always say in Texas and on Thursday, adios.